7 terrorists were killed in 2 separate operations in Deir Ismail Khan, according to Pakistan military's media wing. The operations, conducted in the Daraban and Madi areas, targeted members of the banned Tehrik-i-Taliban Pakistan or TTP. Weapons and ammunition were recovered from the militants, and further sanitization efforts are underway. These raids follow similar operations in Karak and South Waziristan, where security forces killed a total of 36 terrorists over the past week. The recent surge in counter-terrorism efforts comes amid a grim statistic: 2024 was the deadliest year for Pakistan's security forces in a decade, with 444 terror attacks leading to the deaths of at least 685 personnel. The military conducted nearly 60,000 operations last year, eliminating over 900 terrorists in its ongoing efforts to curb militancy. Turning to the economy, Finance Minister Mohammad Aurangzeb has reaffirmed the government's commitment to easing the tax burden on salaried individuals. In a statement to reporters in Lahore, Aurangzeb stressed that revenue goals can be met without further burdening taxpayers. His remarks come as Pakistan navigates tough IMF-mandated economic reforms, including a push to increase the tax-to-GDP ratio. The salaried class has emerged as the third largest contributor to income tax collection, surpassing textile exporters. The minister also highlighted rising remittances and foreign exchange reserves as positive economic indicators. Aurangzeb recently represented Pakistan at the Emerging Markets Conference 2025 in Saudi Arabia, engaging with global policymakers and IMF officials to bolster international partnerships. The government is also looking to support the construction sector while regulating real estate investments. In political developments, a controversy has emerged over the renaming of a major sports venue in Peshawar. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Governor Faisal Karim Kundi has criticized Chief Minister Ali Amin Gandapur's decision to rename Arbab Niaz Cricket Stadium as Imran Khan Cricket Stadium. Kundi labeled the move as an attempt to erase the province's identity and condemned the decision to name the stadium after the former Prime Minister, citing his alleged role in the May 9th riots of 2023. The provincial government, however, maintains that the renaming honors Imran Khan's contributions to Pakistan's cricketing history. And finally, in sports, Pakistan has set a target of 242 runs against arch-rivals India in the ongoing Champions Trophy match in Dubai. At the 20-over mark, India slowed down against Pakistan's spin attack, managing just 45 runs in 10 overs. Shubman Gill was dismissed for 46 after being deceived by a well-placed car-on ball from Abrar. With the chase underway, Pakistan faces an uphill battle to secure victory. Stay tuned for the latest updates on this developing match. Thousands gathered for a major funeral ceremony honoring Hezbollah's late leader, Hassan Nasrallah. The delayed funeral took place at Beirut's Camille Chaman Sports City Stadium, where tens of thousands paid their final respects. The coffins of Nasrallah and his designated successor, Hashim Safadine, were carried into the stadium amid a mix of cheers and silence. Hezbollah's acting leader, named Qassem, vowed to continue Nasrallah's policies, calling him a lasting symbol of resistance. The event drew 800 dignitaries from 65 countries, underscoring Hezbollah's regional influence. Meanwhile, Israeli warplanes were reported flying low over Beirut during the funeral, as Israel launched airstrikes on Hezbollah-linked targets in southern Lebanon. The attack comes amid ongoing tensions over Israel's delayed withdrawal from the region. Meanwhile, tensions have escalated between Israel and Hamas after Israel postponed the release of 620 Palestinian prisoners. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu cited concerns over the way Hamas had staged recent hostage handovers. Hamas has called the delay a violation of the ceasefire agreement, urging mediators to hold Israel accountable. Families in Gaza and the occupied West Bank, expecting their relatives' release, waited in vain. The uncertainty surrounding the prisoner exchange has raised concerns about the stability of the truce, which has held since January 19th. In the occupied West Bank, Israel has announced a major expansion of its military operations. Defense Minister Israel Katz stated that 40,000 Palestinians have been evacuated from key refugee camps, including Jenin, Tulkarem, and New Shams, with the military preventing their return. Israeli forces have intensified raids, demolishing homes and infrastructure, with tanks deployed in Jenin for the first time in nearly 2 decades. Palestinian officials have condemned the move, warning that it will only escalate tensions. The latest crackdown follows explosions on empty buses near Tel Aviv, prompting Netanyahu to order an intensified security response. Since the war in Gaza began on October 7th, more than 800 Palestinians have been killed in the West Bank, with Israel now planning a prolonged military presence in key refugee camps. In Germany, voters are heading to the polls in a snap election that could reshape the political landscape of Europe's largest economy. Nearly 59 million Germans are eligible to vote in an election that will determine the country's next government. According to the latest polls, the Conservative Christian Democratic Union, or CDU, is leading with 30% support, followed by the far-right Alternative für Deutschland, or AfD, at 20%. The ruling Social Democratic Party, or SPD, is in third place with 15%. The election comes amid economic struggles, concerns over immigration, and the ongoing war in Ukraine, key issues that have shaped the campaign. Polls opened at 8 a.m. local time, and exit polls will be released immediately after voting closes at 6 p.m.